Are you freelance or independent corporate trainer? And do you have a confusion on how to create a training plan for your client? Then keep watching this video. I'm Aparna and I build trainers. In this video, I will be telling you step-by-step process on how to design training program. The first step in designing the training program is to have effective client meeting. During the client meeting, you must ask certain questions related to their company. That means their vision, culture, everything. After that, also ask them about their customers, business, workflow, departments. Then come to most important thing, that is understand about participants. Understanding the demography of participants is very important. What do we mean by demography? Demography, I mean to say, they are from which department, how many years of experience they have, what is the gender ratio, and many more things. Once you understand this, also try to understand what is it that client wants you to achieve after this training program. What is the pain area of client which client want to solve? That will help you to understand what is the gap. What do I mean by gap? Gap means what is the current skill status of those employees and what is the desired skill which company wants to develop after this training program. This will help you to design effective training plan. If there is a confusion around this area, then it will be very tough. Make sure in the client meeting you express your understanding to the client that this is what is the problem area you want to solve. Am I right? Take the consent from the client so that you will have a confidence in building a good training design for your client. After having successful client meeting, now we will start designing the training program. The first part of designing the training program is designing learning objectives and designing learning outcomes. Now you will ask me, what is the difference between designing learning objectives and designing learning outcomes? Let me tell you. Designing learning objective means what is the overall objective of this particular training program, and learning outcomes are related to skills which you are going to develop or the behavioral changes which client can expect post training session. So second step is design learning objectives and learning outcomes. After designing learning objectives and learning outcomes, your job of designing training program will be very easy. The third step will be develop the content. So now you need to figure out, if you have a one-day training program, what are the most important topics you are going to cover. So that will help you to elaborate on those points. For example, if you are conducting a session on emotional intelligence, then you will be conducting session on self-awareness, followed by self-regulation, followed by self-motivation, then maybe social skills. So you have these 4 fundamental topics ready. Then you can also bifurcate those topics under small points, which will help you to design the program effectively. Now let's talk about the fourth step. The next step is about jotting down the methodology. That means if you are going to talk about self-awareness, what is the methodology you are going to use to engage your participants? For example, it can be psychometric, it can be a drawing, it can be posters, it can be storytelling. What is the method are you going to use? Once you know the method, the training outline will become more and more clearer to you. I hope you are with me till now. So we started with training need analysis, developing learning objectives and learning outcomes, designing the content, deciding the methodology. Now, most important is you need to bring all these important factors together and put it in a presentable format. And when you want to put it in presentable format, there is a small template which you can follow. Template, I mean to say, you need to give details about when are you going to conduct certain activities, what are you going to conduct in that time, and how are you going to conduct. So this is how the tabular information will look like. Time, when are you going to take? Particulars, what are you going to take? Method, how are you going to take? Put it in a PowerPoint presentation or a Word document and send it to client. Wish you all the best for your next training session. To know more and more about corporate training programs, do not forget to subscribe this YouTube channel.